Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel for another Project Zomboid video. Now in this one we're going to be talking about the recent developer update, which gave us a whole bunch of things to look forward to, including giving us some of our first detailed looks at animals, including livestock in Project Zomboid. If you get what you're looking for in this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I make a bunch of other Project Zomboid videos amongst other things, and it really is the best way to support the channel. And if you're a Twitch user as well, you can stop by my live stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/MrAtomicDuck. So let's take a look at this update. First off, we get a brief look at what the developers are working towards in the immediate future, that being the 41.69 patch. Now this patch focuses on quality of life, fixes and polish rather than being feature driven, but there are some 3D items and foraging discoveries included in this update, as well as improvements for controllers and the Steam Deck. There's also some work being done on multiplayer for this update, focusing on vehicle physics, the safe house bugs that are currently evident in the game, and lastly the PvP safety system, as well as a little bit more. So that's the immediate future covered, but what's next? Well, the new fishing system that's planned for the game had its first internal test, which is really exciting stuff. The devs state that there's still a lot of work to be done here and some more appropriate animations are going to be needed, but the current goal is to get it all working and then add some polish. There's plans to bring fishing some more realism by adding different types of lines, hooks, lures, bait, and types of catches that would all affect your chances of catching a particular type of fish. Now for me, I love this kind of thing. Fishing in video games has always been something that I love doing. It's a great way to relax, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes in the future, and I will be covering future details on this, I'm sure. Whilst the developers won't go into detail, they also mentioned that there's a new lockpicking system that's planned for the game by the same developer working on fishing, Ateron. Now, if you're unfamiliar, Ateron is the creator of the better lockpicking mod that's popular amongst many Zomboid players. Locks will vary in challenge and type, requiring different tools for different locks, as you'd expect in real-life situations. The developers plan to use this and to add more stashes of useful loot around the map behind locked doors. Chests, locked gun cabinets, that sort of thing. Again, it's all really exciting and I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds here. Next, we get a look at some map tiles that are being created right now to spruce up some of the existing Nox event map focused on indoor locations. I'll leave those screenshots playing now so that you guys can see the new arrangements. Formosa UK, formerly known as Noiseworks, are also working on their first redraft of the action music for the game. The plan is to have music crossfade between intense and calm soundtracks rather than what it is currently, which is a bit more of a sharp change between the two music types. This will make things seem a little bit more fluid when you're surviving. So that brings us to the big ticket item we got to see in this developer update, and that's farm animals. This is planned for introduction in build 42, and the developers gave us several small clips showing various live animals and some mechanics to go with them. Now obviously there is a disclaimer here to bear in mind that these clips are super work in progress and this is very early stages, so it may not look right at the moment. It's just to show off some of the core systems at work and give us a sneak peek. Again, I'll leave the footage of each animal playing in the background, but in these clips we see cows, sheep, and chickens. The information the developers have provided here actually gives us quite a bit of understanding of mechanics we'll have to manage if we decide to keep livestock. For example, we see some footage of a food trough being put down for a cow in a pen, which the cow then moves to and eats from. Now according to the developers, animals will graze on grass, which then regrows in an appropriate amount of time, but certain animals will eat from troughs that we can either build or loot from farms. Staying on the topic of animals, the devs have also stated there could be various breeds of the same type of animal. For example, some cows, namely the Angus breed, are bred for their meat, whereas Holstein cows, however, are bred for milk. So we've got a few different options here depending on what we want to get from our livestock. In the various footage we're shown, we also see chickens, which will lay eggs either nearby on the grass or in a chicken coop if one is provided. Having a chicken coop will keep your chickens safe from predators like foxes, providing you remember to close it up at night. Sheep can be sheared for their wool and also milked. All of the animals will raise young that will stick close to their mother's side, and generally speaking, there seems to be some pretty comprehensive mechanics and detail here that is no surprise really, bearing in mind that it's Project Zomboid we're talking about. I'm looking forward to covering this in a bit more detail, and I think going into much more detail than this will require a whole other video from me, but there is some other stuff that's worth taking a look at in this blog if you want to know all there is to know about the animals. So I'm going to leave a link to that in the description if you want to go give that a read. Oh, and before I go, I've been streaming our new server wipe with a bunch of fresh mods on twitch.tv/MrAtomicDuck. So if you want to catch some Zomboid live, the link is in this description. Huge thank you to all of my existing patrons that are playing on that server with me at the moment for all their ongoing support, and if you want to join them, there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.